We're back once again and doing video reviews. Yesterday, we took a look at thumbnails, we took a look at titles, we took a look at channels, and gave some advice on how people can click into your videos. And then today, we're going a little bit deeper. We're actually going to click into some of your videos and give you some advice to keep other people from perhaps clicking off. Is there anything we can do to help your video become so good it can't help but spread all over YouTube? That is the goal with these streams. And in a moment, I will explain how you can get your videos seen and get you some very specific advice. But before we do that, let's go ahead and include in today's broadcast, Viper. How's it going?
I made my way back finally. It feels like it's been a while since I've been here, but I'm back. How y'all been, man? How you doing, Dan? What's going on with you?
Oh, doing good.
Feels
Doing
like
the thing.
I've been here, but probably would help if I mute my own audio.
What happened?
Live stream rustiness. It's all good.
Cool. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming back. And yeah, you ready to look at some videos?
I think we should go ahead and get the party started for sure.
Excellent. So here's what we're going to do. In the description below, you will find two different forms. We have a non-gaming form and we have a gaming form. And as you can see, there have been over 100 responses now on both of these. You need to submit your channel to the appropriate form. If you are a gaming channel, please use the gaming form. If you are a non-gaming channel, meaning any other type of channel, use that form. And if you input into the wrong form, if you submit your gaming channel on the non-gaming form, it will be skipped. So do keep that in mind, because as you can see, there are just as many gaming channels as there are non-gaming channels, which is why we do that. Again, the forms are linked down below in the description. Using chat to try and get your videos reviewed will only see you ignored, unfortunately, because we need to give everybody a fair shot. So we are going to randomly select for the next 2 hours channels that we are going to look at. We're going to be looking at their videos, giving a lot of advice. Because of all the channels you see coming in right now, that means your specific video doesn't have the best chance of being on the stream today. Of course, there is a chance. There's people who have been submitting for months and not getting their videos up. And there are people who will submit for the first time ever today and get their videos seen. It's just completely random. So please take notes, because we are going to be working to give advice to all sorts of different types of channels, not just gaming channels. And that means it's specifically gaming advice. There's so much you can learn from looking at other people's videos. That is the goal behind these. I can assure you, if you would like your videos to be on the screen and you're thinking, oh, good, I'll get my videos on the screen and I'm going to get a bunch of subscribers from that. That's, first of all, it's not going to happen. And secondly, that's the last thing you want. And maybe we can talk about that a bit later. But as you know, it is best to be catering your videos to a specific audience, and we are going to help you do just that. So the first person to submit on the non-gaming form, we're going to give them preferential treatment because they were the first, and it is AXF Studio on the non-gaming form. They are doing all kinds of interesting things with Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Premiere, it looks like. Or maybe just Photoshop. The purple tricked me. I think it's just Photoshop. So they have a lot of different videos here. And I was looking at this earlier. It looks like this video in particular is like a very specific contest entry. So we might skip that one. But maybe we could do the one before it. Envato Elements Free Files Challenge. They seem to do a lot of like challenges like this. So Viper, are you ready to check out the first video?
Let's do it.
All right.
Today, I have yet another contest submission. This month, Envato Elements provided a challenge for us that piqued my curiosity. We had to create a space theme image, including one or more of the free files provided by them, so I went for 3 photos: the moon, the sand dune, and the flower field with this small mountain. Also, I used the star brush they had for this contest. Based on what I've seen so far, my editing approach differs slightly from the artists who also joined this contest, but it's interesting to see how others start with the same stock photos and end up with different concepts. And yes, one more thing, I have a link to a poll in the description.
So that's just over 30 seconds, almost 40 seconds into the intro. What do you think?
I'm not sure what to think. I'm looking at the title of the video and it says, what, Envato Element Free File Challenge. I'm not sure he did a good job explaining exactly what was the challenge or what he was trying to accomplish in the video. So the first 30 seconds, I'm a little confused as to what the purpose of the video is, but maybe I missed something.
I'm right there with you. I understand what Envato Elements is. I use it myself. And I didn't know they did challenges. So I would have, instead of having just this audio bubble on the screen, I would have swapped between this and maybe a picture or two of the page where the challenge is, so that in the future, if I want to participate in this challenge or I want to learn more about it, I have like a visual reference, like at least even if you don't link it below, which you should, even if you don't, I at least have a visual reference, something that's going to help me remember, like, oh, this is a thing that this company does, and that's kind of cool. So as a concept for Envato, I think this is really cool. And while your video editing skills are there, I have to say, speaking to Viper's point about being a bit lost, I'm wondering who this video is for. Are you kind of feeling that too?
Yeah. Again, I'm confused as to what the purpose of the video is. Like, what are we hoping to gain from watching this video? That's where I'm at.
Right. So it seems like we're going to see something impressive. But yeah, I guess I just wonder who the audience is. Like, where are we going to learn something through you doing this challenge, or is it just supposed to be like a visually satisfying thing to see like all of this come together? It's probably both. I'm assuming if you really watch this and you really pay attention to it, you're going to see a lot of different things that Photoshop can do that you didn't previously like consider, so there's probably something there, but I guess I'm just hung up on, all the different details. Like, why is this a video? And were you imagining a very specific audience when you published it?
Mm-hmm.
Scrubbing through though, the edits on this are really good. I think what they're doing, I think they're zooming in on parts that are relevant, right? Like they're way in here. Now that's a Photoshop zoom. We're just kind of benefiting from it. One thing I'm wondering is if they ever zoom in on the stuff on the side, which is very small. Like, I'd like to see the tools that you're using to like come up with the effects that you're putting on the canvas. And that's like the type of zoom I'm looking for. Like, for example, over here, it looks like something happens. Hold on. Okay, it's a speed thing. So yeah, I guess that's not really possible, but I was seeing menus pop up and out of frame really fast. So it's supposed to be like a visually stimulating thing.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest critiques when people are doing tutorials and they're using like a software suite of tools. They rarely ever zoom in on the actual tool that they're using at any given time. And they're kind of like, okay, what are you doing? Like, it's hard to follow if you're not zooming in. So, but yeah, if he's doing it just as an artistic demonstration, then that's another thing entirely.
Yeah. So in that sense, what we're really looking at here isn't so much a Photoshop channel, but like an art channel. And the reason I'm kind of going back to channel audit mode is just because their editing is actually really good. Their sound quality is good. The video quality is sharp. So, I think they're doing all the things they need to do in order to make this a really nice experience for the viewer, someone who would like to see something like this come together. They obviously have a lot of skill, a lot of talent. So I don't think they necessarily need much more advice in terms of how their video should be presented. I do think the first 30 seconds were a bit slow, and we would have liked to see a little bit more pattern interrupts in the sense that if you're doing this challenge, show the challenge page, show a little more information about it. But other than that, I think they're good. To me, it's like a matter of like identifying the right audience. Some of these have really good views, especially for like your channel size. You got over here over 1,000 views, but we tell art channels this all the time. If you're going to be an art channel making really interesting stuff, you should work on like putting a really recognizable character or pop culture reference. So there's Spider-Man, and this video has 1,000 views. And when you go for the more obscure things that are hard to kind of for a new viewer to identify, those videos are getting a lot less views. So yeah, just with my channel audit hat on, I would also give you that bit of advice too. But I think for how many videos you have and how many views you're getting, you're definitely on the right track. You seem to have identified an audience that, and that's awesome. But it's, now just a matter of like growing that audience. The Spider-Man videos, more videos like this are going to help people understand just the kind of skills you have, and they'll be more willing to check out some of these more obscure references.
Yep.
All right, cool. So very interesting channel. And then the next one is going to be the first gaming channel that's submitted on the forum before we get into random selection, and that's Tiger Shark's Game Corner. So in the forum, I think I remember they said they do walkthroughs. So these are going to be what I assume are very like traditional Let's Play style videos. They're playing through Gotham Knights, which I believe is like a new Batman game that's out right now.
You brought it myself yesterday. Yep.
Nice. Okay, cool. So let's see how they present this. We're clicking into collecting clues for Harley Quinn's plan, Gotham Knights gameplay walkthrough PS5. So if you're doing a walkthrough of this game, I'm assuming that I'm about to jump in the middle of the series. You didn't put a part number, which I like. You're trying to make each video kind of stand on its own, which is good. Now is it going to deliver on the click? When I click into this video, am I, as a new viewer coming in the middle of the series, going to feel like I missed something, or am I going to feel welcomed into this like new video that I just clicked on?
Hello, and in this video we're going to take part in the Harley Quinn side story arc. We're going to do the side missions that relate to her. So this first one, we got basically have a bomb threat, so I'm assuming we got to save some hostages. So we're going to make our way over there real quick. The thing about Harley in this game, though, from what I've seen so far, is that you don't know what to expect, you know?
30 seconds in.
All right, yep, I got the thought. Okay. Sure. Number one, nobody wants to see you go through a menu selection screen of any type. So that should have been done before you hit the record button. As you were jumping on the bat cycle and doing your thing, that's when the video should have started, not when you were going through the menu section.
I agree, yeah.
Number two, I'm pretty sure your mic is fine, but the sound is kind of tinny. So I don't know what type of microphone you're using, but I would probably maybe invest in getting a better microphone in the future. Not saying you have to do that right now, but definitely think about a better microphone down the road. And number three, we're talking to me about your audio. The game audio was overpowering your voice because you had it too loud.
Yeah, as soon as I got on the bike, I couldn't hear anymore.
Yeah, as soon as you got on the bike, like Dan said, as soon as you got on the bike, your voice just got drowned out by the game audio. So figure out how to level out the game audio with your audio, maybe decrease the game audio so we can hear you better. But those are my critiques.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same things. When you were in the menus, I would have at least liked to see some camera zooms. Like, I didn't know what you were clicking on. And if you have to show menus, that's always the best way to do it, is to really help the audience like see what you're seeing. Like, you're fixated on something because you've been playing this game, you know exactly what you're looking for. But someone just jumping into the video, all of a sudden they start getting hit with menus and they don't know where to look. So that's the first thing. But I don't think the menu was necessary. I think you could have ran up and jumped on the bike as you were giving your intro. Today we're doing the Harley Quinn missions, blah, 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 blah. So I will say, from my first question, which was, are we going to feel welcome into this content? This is the middle of like a series that they're doing. So do we feel like we're left out? Like the video just picks up in the middle somewhere, or do we feel like there was an intro that kind of welcomed us into the content? I feel like that was there. I feel like they did a pretty decent job addressing the new viewer in the sense of like, in this video, we're doing this. So well done there. I think my extra bit of advice to just add on to everything that Viper just said, I think that some more work on your edits could be helpful here. Right now, I feel like we're going to watch a very run-of-the-mill like Let's Play video. But these days, I think the standards for Let's Plays are much higher across the board. Doesn't matter what you're playing. I think people expect more cuts, more action, just more. Gaming, the bar in gaming, I just think has been significantly raised. And so I don't think this is a snap your fingers in your next video. It's going to be overproduced in this crazy spectacle. But I do think that as you continue to practice and as you continue to upload videos, you can try to add more to them. You know, some people do it by interjecting silly memes into the middle of their video, you know, or in the beginning or whatever. Like, you can use more sound effects. You can use different music and things like that. You know, you can increase the drama or the comedy, whatever kind of feel you're going for. There's just more you can do in your edit to make this more interesting and bring it up to like today's standards. I'm going to do something risky, and I'm going to try and see if there's like a Gotham Knights creator that's doing this. Like, I want to find a big channel that's doing it. So Typical Gamer has 13 million subscribers. They posted this a day ago. They have almost 100,000 views. So this person's been around the block a few times. So I would be kind of like, first of all, I would do this for title and thumbnail advice, but that was yesterday's stream. Let's see what their intro is like.
Welcome to part 1 of Gotham Knights walkthrough. Let me tell you, this game has one of the craziest intros I've ever seen in gaming. But before we start, I want to give a big shout out to Warner Bros. Games for sponsoring this video. Gotham Knights is a brand new open world, third-person action.
already, I know it's sponsored and I know they're using a face cam, both things that you're not getting to take advantage of, but already, Viper, I think you can tell the energy in this video is much higher already, like
Definitely,
compared to the video
absolutely.
we're watching.
Yep.
So that's when I'm telling people, like, I think your video needs more, and that sounds vague. This is what I mean right here. This video right here is one example of what more feels like. You just sense the energy, the enthusiasm, instead of the traditional, hey guys, welcome back, and today we're playing X. It's more, it's just more. It's like, that's why I wanted to look at video, because it's the best way I could describe it is just by showing someone else's work.
Yeah, as it relates to his audio, he said in the chat that he's using the microphone from the PlayStation 5 controller, which is, I mean, if you gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's pretty cool. But as I told you in the chat, I would definitely recommend getting a dedicated external microphone in the future when you can get around to it.
Yeah, I think it's good for now. We've definitely heard worse. We've definitely seen videos get a lot of views that don't have as good of audio of yours. So I wouldn't necessarily say like, oh, I can't make videos because the vidIQ guys said my microphone sucks.
Right.
It's not like that at all.
No.
I think it's just something to improve for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I do hope this is helpful. And whenever we give advice like this, I just want to say I don't give this advice lightly. I know that all the suggestions we just made equal a lot of work, and there's in some cases a skill set that you need to develop. But all we're trying to do is kind of like give you a push in that direction. We don't expect anybody tomorrow to completely change the way they edit videos just because of a few things we said. We know that this takes time, and completely appreciate that.
Hey, Dan, be nice. I am not going to be all nice. I know that you guys submitted your videos to get critiqued, so that's what we're doing here. Dan can be nice.
We critiqued.
We're going to give you guys the info that you need.
For some people, there's a tipping point though, where someone critiques you so much that you realize, or you feel like you realize, oh gosh, I actually suck at this, and I don't want anyone to go in with self-doubt. Tomorrow, I want you making videos.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't want to discourage anybody. Not that you do. I'm just saying that's why I'm being extra nice.
Right.
All right. So we're going to bring in the claw. Now I didn't play the thing. Hold on. We have a whole routine here. There we go. There's the claw. We're using the claw today, so let's check out the next non-gaming channel that the claw would like us to see, and it's 241 on the non-gaming form. So 241, make sure we type it right. We scroll down, and it looks like it did not move. Try again, form. 241 is not. Do you see what's happening? Oh, right, because there's not that many. I typed in 250 to kind of cover our butts for a bit. So I'm actually going to draw again. Usually I just go to the latest one. I don't even know if that's the most fair way to do it. I'm just going to draw again. 134. Okay, 134. And it is going to be JTD Outdoors. Let's see what we got. We have shorts and longs. Looks like, as you expect, an outdoor channel. I want to see your latest long form video, and then maybe we'll check out a short or two.
Welcome back, everyone. It's a winter wonderland. This is amazing. I got pork tenderloins to cook on the fire, and I'm sleeping in a tarp shelter. Stick with me. This is going to be a great camp.
So that's just about 35 seconds into the video.
Yeah, I don't know if I have too much critique of this particular intro. It's pretty well done. The only thing I would say is that I would maybe consider eliminating the whole branded intro thing. You don't really need it, and it could potentially turn some viewers off. It doesn't last long, so I'll give you that. It's like a second or less, maybe, and that's cool. But I don't even think you need it, man. I mean, clearly, the moment the video starts, we know that we're outdoors. The title says tarping camping below 0 degrees. I mean, if you're below 0 degrees, chances are you're outside. So, yeah, I don't think you need the branded intro. But other than that, well done. Good music, and you explain what was going on in the video. So, yeah, I appreciate it.
I like the edits they're doing here. I appreciate like the extra effort to like create this really artistic feel and kind of like get you in the zone like right out of the gate. I think what was missing for me was kind of that welcome, you know. And we tell people all the time, well, don't do intros in your videos. Like those are just so, you know, 2010, right? Like there's no reason to, hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna, you know. But when we say that, we're kind of mean like find other ways to introduce people to you and your content. I think that because it was literally just music after the branded intro, it made me kind of feel like, well, when does the content start? That's what I was getting. I liked it, but I think the part where they came on like this, oh, we just skipped it. Let's see. So right here, where it's you and you're saying, so it's going to be a great camp. I got pork tenderloins. I got excited when you were saying all those things because it made it feel like a really full video that we're going to get. Not only are you setting up like a tarp and doing this camping in the snow, but you're actually going to like cook something too. And you're going to take us through the whole day. So this is a great setup. But I'm worried a lot of people didn't make it to 20 seconds in because there was all this time where we weren't told what was going to happen. We could assume what was going to happen, but how long until we get to meet you? And that's the thing. If you had started with this and then did the thing where you put on the jacket and you get in the car and you get to the place and like then it makes a little more sense. Then you're telling a story. So imagine instead of you in the snow already, you're at your house and you have all your gear in front of you. You're about to load it in your truck. And you're like, today we're doing some tarp camping, and there's B-roll of you loading the truck, and there's just voiceover now of you saying, I got my pork tenderloins, I got, you know, my kerosene, I got my tarp, and there's more of a vlog feel to it. While there's action happening, there's things happening. I think you could have overlapped some of these elements and made it an even more compelling intro. So that'd be my advice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's go to like the middle and just kind of see as things are kind of well underway now, like what's happening.
I got a great bed of coals in this fire. It's just smoking hot and my stomach is growling. I'm excited for dinner. I got pork loin wrapped in bacon, stuffed with mozza, cranberry, and apple. This is gonna be phenomenal. And for a side, a hobo pack of potatoes and onions. This is gonna be delicious. Let's get this cooking.
How do you feel about the intro to every like segment, and then each segment's just kind of like music and a thing happening? Is that like doing it for you?
I mean, yeah, sometimes when I'm watching like tech videos that use music, they when they do different parts of the video, they tell you what's going on and then they go into the different parts. So I think it's kind of standard, to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with it either way.
Like, how long could this go on before you're like kind of bored?
Oh, you mean the non-narration B-roll music still?
Yes, this exactly.
Not too long. This would bore me out real quick.
So they're cooking the food. It's interesting to see how they cook.
Potatoes are nice
Here we
and
go.
soft. My meat's just about done. I'm letting it cook a little longer because it is pork, and
So that wasn't too bad, right?
No, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah. It does seem like because I clicked in a random part of the video and it did seem like there was a lot of music playing, and then they were back, and then it's music, and then they're back. Now there's no commentary. We're just kind of like watching you prepare everything, which is not.
doesn't that look amazing?
I also appreciate that there's no music either because it allows us to feel like we're there with him in the nature.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not necessarily saying they're doing anything wrong. It's just interesting, like to gauge in the middle of the video how we're kind of feeling about what's being shown to us. Always being aware of your retention graph, because we can sit here and critique and nitpick all day long because maybe this video isn't to my taste personally. However, your retention graph really holds the answers. With 638 views, that's more than enough data to look at a retention graph and go, okay, why did everybody click off in this portion of the video? Like, what could I have done differently to get people not to have left early? And real quick, since this is the video review stream, I want to show you what I might be doing. So I'm going to go into one of our videos and just show you what the kind of work I do when I'm in retention graphs, just real quick. I won't go too deep here, but we have a video from Rob. It's got like 39,000 views. So if I click on analytics and I scroll down to the retention, there's some interesting data in here. So let's just zoom in. We have a really strong first 30 seconds with 76% of the audience making it through the entire first 30 seconds. And that's what you want. If they can make it here, a lot of people tend to stick around, and that's really good. So over here, interestingly, we got a bump. It went back up. We lost some people, and they actually skipped ahead to this portion. So that's when you're kind of asking yourself, what happened right before this part that made people start coming back into the video?
Forgotten channel page. I'll be honest, it's probably been 6 months since I've updated this page myself. But this week.
So this is where people, I guess, start to assume the video is like, this is when they're assuming it's going, because we have the intro here, the hook.
YouTube channel, one of your big goals is to get 1,000 subscribers. And that's hard to do. But you're probably making this task.
So people are seeing this and they're like, blah, 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 blah. Not everybody, but a number of people skipped to about here where they felt like the video was going to actually get into our advice. There was a number of people, after they heard something, they got a clue that maybe this isn't for them, and they all kind of started to fall off. So what was it? Let's listen to Rob for a second.
Since I've updated this page myself. But this week, I discovered something pretty astonishing in the analytics that I can't ignore. This single subscribe button on the vidIQ channel page is responsible for almost 300,000 subscribers, nearly 25% of the channel's total. It's brought in more subscribers than our top 10 videos combined. There's also another slightly unusual, definitely overlooked subscriber.
So notice I'm at the part now where a lot of people left. So Rob gave us a really interesting nugget. He gave the first bit of value in the video where he reveals this subscribe button got a ton of clicks. He was really surprised by it. For a lot of people, that might have been enough. A lot of people got that one nugget of information and they left. They left the video. So what does that tell us? Does that tell us we should have left that nugget for later? Does that tell us that we should have hyped it up more, that we have a lot more than one tip? Or does that tell us that maybe people's attention spans in our audience, there's only room for one nugget of information? All of these questions that I'm asking myself right now would be things that I would be asking if I was looking at one of my own videos, and because I'm not going to sit here and edit Rob's video. But I would be asking myself this, and then I might be developing some theories and then putting them to work in my next videos, all based on the action that's going on in the retention graph. How can I have kept more of these people through the video? Like we got a 52% retention rate. What if I wanted to make my goal for the end of the year to get this number to 55%? Then what if I wanted to make my goal for next year to get it over 60%, maybe 65%? I'm going to raise it another 10%. Like, what are the things I can do to keep these steep drops from happening? So definitely, this isn't even the worst example. We've had way more crazy retention graphs in the past, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like to go through a retention graph. Ask yourself some very important questions. Separate yourself from the emotion of that video you made. So, all right, cool. Let's go ahead.
All right, before we go to the next video, I just got a quick thought I want to touch on real quick. So earlier, Dan said that you guys, obviously we're here to give you feedback on your video, but we're not here to make you feel like you should make video. And I think it was earlier this week or last week on Twitter, I had mentioned that I feel like personally every creator has to have an element of narcissism in them to be a creator. Otherwise you won't survive. And I told you guys I was going to explain that because we know that sometimes that word narcissism can be associated with people who cause harm to other people. But that's not what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about being a narcissist, I'm talking about the literal definition, having that admiration, that belief in yourself, because you're going to run up against a lot of trolls and negative Nancy's and naysayers in your creative journey. And you got to have that confidence. And maybe not narcissism is the wrong word, but you know what I'm getting at. You got to have the belief in yourself to have that drive to want to continue doing it when everybody says that you can't do it, when people keep telling you can't do it, or maybe you don't have the support from your family or your spouse that you shouldn't be doing this. You got to have that element of narcissism to say, I don't care what anybody says, I'm going to do this and do it my way, or I'm going to continue to do this it's like to the point where I can be successful. So you all got to have that element of narcissism and don't let nobody else tell you different. If you feel like you're on the right path and you feel like you're doing the right thing, continue to do that. Believe in yourself, because that is going to carry you a long, long way on this journey.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at you. I was reading chat while you were talking, and Wrestle makes a good point here. Some of those spikes mean that people are rewatching the spots in the video, which can definitely be that too. It's a bit hard to tell when someone's skipping ahead, when people are rewatching. But yes, if you see a big spike and then a dip again, a lot of times that means people are actually going back and going, wait, what was that? So a lot of actually really positive signs in that video. Rob's upset with me because I'm here trashing his video.
You're right. I thought
But Rob, you did a perfectly decent job. I don't see why you would think I'm trashing your video.
Perfectly decent.
Yeah, I think it was a totally adequate video that no one should be, you shouldn't be too ashamed of it or anything.
He said perfectly decent. Wow.
Yeah, it's perfectly decent.
Wow.
Okay, so that was I forget which video. Oh, we were looking at JT Outdoors. Yes, our next gaming channel, the Claw pulled out was 185, and that was this channel that says they do Fortnite, but soon they're doing Minecraft. But we are not doing channel audits. If you're pivoting your channel, that is awesome. Best of luck to you. Let's see what we can do for when you do make that pivot. What can we do to keep people watching these videos with really good thumbnails?
Horde Rush is finally back in Fortnite, and today I am going to see if I can survive a zombie apocalypse. This is going to be interesting, bearing in mind that I have been playing very, very bad lately. Alright guys, so we are in Horde Rush now, and I'm being joined by Neo again.
Hello. Hello.
Yo, what's good, bro? Welcome.
So we're about 18 seconds in. It's already quite a bit going on. What do you think?
So we got in the beginning when he's talking about when he's doing his intro or whatever, we got the text against some type of background and playing that looks like a paper bag.
Where?
At the very beginning. See,
Oh,
right
that.
here. It looks like it looks like we got text against the crinkled paper, and then he cuts the text against the gameplay. I think I would have started with the text against an actual background of gameplay instead of the crinkled paper, because the crinkled paper kind of just gives off a different vibe. And like, as a viewer, if that's the first thing I see when I click on the video, I'm thinking to myself, am I in the right place? Like, is this a Fortnite video? So that's really my only critique of the video. Like, I would reconsider using the crinkled paper background in the beginning. Just go straight to gameplay and still have the text on top of the gameplay, but start off with the gameplay. Don't start off with the crinkled paper. I don't know, just me.
I think that's a good call out, actually. I click on a Fortnite video and the definitely not Fortnite on the screen right away, which some people put their face cam on the screen right away. But I think the best ones are when that click pays off the first second you click on the video. Especially considered this, YouTube probably just showed a lot of people an ad. So that's like even more reason to get into the content even faster. Like if they don't have YouTube Premium, they're going to be seeing ads when they click into these, and that's a whole thing. So yeah, it looks like though they are doing some things right. Like the text on the screen is animated, like their friend starts saying hello, and you have hello down here shaking, and they introduce their friend too. They didn't just go into the video and leave us completely clueless, like, oh, there's a second voice, don't know who that is, I guess we'll never find out. Like we actually got introduced to this friend you're going to be playing with, which I like a lot. So after your initial like intro, let's see over a minute in what's happening.
All right, got some.
Got no more mini ammo.
Yeah, that will go like really fast. That will. All right, the first one has been destroyed. Oh, grenade launcher. All right, yeah.
Do it on big, like, boards.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. Oh.
So just over a minute into the video now, how are you feeling?
It feels like there's pauses in between narration, and I feel like the pauses might be a tad bit too long. There's a lot of dead silence, and you don't want too much dead silence in your videos, y'all. It just creates a weird, awkward atmosphere, in my opinion.
It might be me, because are you hearing the other person talking?
Well, you mean the other person in this video?
There's two people in the video. There's the main guy,
right?
Or main person. They're louder, and then there's a friend with them, and they kind of caption what they're saying sometimes. They're really quiet though, so maybe you were hearing silence, because there was silent bits, but there also was like this down here is representing their friend kind of talking. So let me tell you if you can hear this.
Oh, grenade launcher.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Do it on big, like, boards.
Yeah, can you hear that other person?
Okay, yeah, I heard him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm feeling is just a bit, I don't know. I'm a bit underwhelmed. Like there was really high energy in the intro, but it feels like because this is all being recorded in real time and you're kind of reacting to the moment, it feels like a lot of footage got left in here that is otherwise, I'm going to be honest, a little boring. but I'm not trying to say that to be mean. It's just I'm only a minute into the video and it's kind of hard to follow. And I don't like, I get that there's like a goal as to what you're doing, but when there's no commentary, like Viper, you mentioned commentary, like there's not really commentary. It's just reaction noises, you know, like, oh, a grenade launcher, you know, like just constantly reacting to things. And a lot of the big, you know, gaming videos that we see today, there's this really strong connection with the audience. Anything that's said, like there's a reason for it being in the video. There's a reason it was said. And I don't know, maybe I'm being way too hypercritical here, but it does feel like, you know, the disconnect from the audience happened the second the intro ended. And as soon as you actually got into the game, it was kind of like you kind of waved goodbye at us, and now we're just passively watching the gameplay through like your window.
Yeah, that's a good that is a good analysis, definitely.
Yeah. So that's my, I guess, my critique. I would be studying the videos of today. If you're about to play Minecraft, you said in your form you're about to play Minecraft. So I would be studying Minecrafters, especially your favorite ones, and asking yourself what a good video of theirs looks like. What are the elements that go in? Like dissect their videos, kind of like we've been dissecting this one, and determine what it is that makes these so entertaining. It's really work you have to do yourself. It's not anything that anyone can do for you. It's just kind of like a skill you develop over time. And again, your next video isn't going to be perfect just because you tried to take our advice and you changed a few things. Like you can increment these changes slowly over time, and I think you should. But yeah, you don't have to be perfect overnight, but I definitely think there's room to grow here in terms of the actual style of, you know, the video, the way you're recording it. In terms of your thumbnails, like if I were to go into channel audit mode for a second, these are great. This is what I expect of the Fortnite community. You've been doing the work in this department. If we scroll down, I bet we can see evidence of that. I bet we see the thumbnail evolution here. I mean, they seem like they're overall pretty good. I would say they've gotten more polished.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, you've been posting videos with thumbnails that appear to be like a pretty high quality. The titles are a little basic for my taste, but the thumbnails you're doing, I think, match what I've seen out there for sure. So if those are skills you've been developing, that's great. And now the next skill it's time to develop is the editing. But there you go. That's my critique there. Let's go ahead and pull out another number from the non-gaming channel. From the non-gaming forum, excuse me. 160. All right. It is Finn Brown. It's an animation channel. This sounds familiar. I don't know if we've looked at this channel in the past. Yeah, we have looked at this channel in the past. Have we done a video review on it? I'm not sure. Do you recognize this channel?
No, I don't.
All right, well, let's take a look at the latest video. If we've given them critiques in the past, who knows? Like maybe some things have happened.
Everyone dies eventually. However, some fine specimens have gone about their deaths in some rather interesting ways. So, to commemorate their deaths and congratulate them on removing themselves from Earth.
Oh, no, if the subject matter's great for this live stream, let's try another one. How many 5-year-olds continue? I'm gonna say that it's hard to critique these videos because I'm worried about your videos getting, what's that called when like age restricted? Age restricted. Yeah. I'm worried about your videos getting age restricted because of the subject matter. I'm not saying you're doing anything against terms of service. I just think that it could age restrict our live stream as a result. So I'm gonna give you better yet a channel audit. I think your animation style is your animation style. There's not much I can even say about it because from what I did see, you know, you get there pretty quick. It's not like you're, you know, wasting time on your intros or anything like that. But yeah, I don't want to watch anymore because of the subject matter. I will say that more trending topics is what this channel needs.
Can
Squid
we
Game is not super trending. Even 11 months ago, I'm not sure if that was the right time. I can't remember.
Can we watch the Olympic video? The one that you're covering over right now? Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Wow, I love the Olympics. It's a sporting event occurring every 4 years to test which country has the best steroid supplier. Drugs. And it's like also the only time when anyone actually pretends to care about sports like water polo. Because I mean, there's like a whole secret underground world of like water poloiness. Like, did you know there's a water polo league? I was not aware of this. And I'm now a passionate supporter of the Manchester Hawks. Such a
Okay,
stupid name.
I think enough. All right, so I'm actually about to levy a critique that I've heard Dan mention many of the times on these live streams, and I don't know if this is how he does in his normal video, but for this particular video, there is a lot of wasted space going on, man. Like, there's a lot of just white to the left of the character that's not being utilized. I'm like, dude, I don't. I mean, maybe that's your art style or your art direction, but I need some more action on the rest of the video. Like, all that screen real estate over there that's not being used, you're wasting space and you're wasting an opportunity to engage the viewer. So I would say try to use more space in the video. Like, try to have more stuff going on, because right now you should not have that big space right there. That's craziness to me.
In this case, yeah, it's an animation channel, so be more animated. I think the character should be big in the frame, talking about things, and then go small in the corner again when you have to utilize the space for like that big logo that you put up a second ago.
So
I hate
water-
when I go to a frame and I click on it. It's not the thing I clicked on. But yeah, so they have the water polo logo in the center. So that would have been the time you taken the character, made it small again. So yeah, I think there could be more things happening on the screen, you know, even if it's the same character just moved in different positions, just to get us, you know, yeah, you're right, it's just mostly dead space, which is a bit strange. In terms of what they're doing, I think like these types of comedy videos, like you're giving your very like hot takes on the Olympics, things like that. Back to channel audit mode for a second. I think where you messed up was the title.
Yeah.
The Olympics. You know, despite that, you got some views, which is great. But, you know, what about the Olympics? Why the Olympics blank? Why the Olympics is great? Why the Olympics is terrible? Even those would have been like better starts to like a more intriguing title that would have gotten people to click. So that's what I'd be working on, honestly. I think there's, in terms of the way you're editing these videos, it's going to be very specific to your animation style. So yeah, I would definitely, good call out there on the wasted space, because as we keep scrolling, look, like halfway through the video, it's still basically this, with the character moving a little bit in one side of the screen. Then some other stuff starts happening here and there. So I do think that, yeah, that's a pretty good call out. But other than that, I think the editing is good. It's really going to be how you're pitching these videos, you know, and continue touching on subjects that are trending. Like next time there's an Olympic event, you should update this video. The next season of Squid Game would be a great time to do a Squid Game video. So talk about things that people are actively consuming: movies, TV shows, sporting events, and bring your very hot takes to those using your fun animation style. Cool.
Also,
all right.
Be careful of your topic and subject matter, because like Dan said, you could get your video restricted.
Yeah, if your videos go a bit too dark, I wouldn't say assume. I wouldn't be surprised if they got age restricted, and that could being age restricted isn't necessarily like a death sentence to a video. It's just a lot of things that creators don't like their videos being age restricted. They would rather them have, you know, they'd rather them be open to all viewers so that they can get the maximum amount of views possible.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a non-gaming channel, so we will tell the Claw here to pull out a gaming channel. Actually, you know what? It's time to update the Claw. So because we're leaving a lot of channels out at this point. We have almost 300 people. So let's try that again. 208. 208. Joy builds cities. All right. Oh, okay, cool. So I wasn't going to do this today because there's something else I want to talk about, but Joy Builds Cities is actually in vidIQ Max. I know this because we talked to them on Friday. So I have a little bit of extra background on this channel, which is really cool. So if you're interested, link is down below. vidIQ Max is our group coaching service, whereby creators get together and they hear bi-weekly, I want to say episodes for some reason, bi-weekly topics of conversation put on by our coaches that cover various aspects of YouTube. And then sometimes there's these bonus things we do, like the Friday group chat where we all sit around and hang out and people ask us questions. So I've actually talked to Joy Build Cities, and they have some amazing content with a really interesting approach. Before we click into one of the videos, I'll say that they are doing content within City Skylines, but they have more of a background and an interest in like city planning, like actual city planning. So they're kind of using City Skylines as a conduit for, you know, their desire to show off different types of city planning, elements of city planning, I guess is the way to put it. I'm definitely no expert. I like City Skylines. But I don't build great cities in that game. So knowing that, I guess we will, you know, have a little bit of extra information when we go into one of these videos. So let's click into the latest video, which is called The Best Way to Redevelop in City Skylines. And then it says Plazas and Promenades, which is a new expansion for the game. So you're playing like the newest expansion and you're giving people a reason to click because you're saying it's the best way to redevelop in City Skylines. So let's see. I'm a brand new viewer. I'm coming in this video.
Today, I am using this very unique neighborhood located in Mexico City as inspiration to take this very boring neighborhood and turn it into a lush pedestrian paradise. Stick around as I build today. I want to share with you guys why I think this neighborhood might be the best walkable neighborhood I've found. Here we are back in Golden Bay. First thing we have to do is build out this entire neighborhood. It's so fun to build out an entire neighborhood just to completely revamp it. I did this with my suburban, where we took that big suburban neighborhood and made it walkable. That was so much fun.
So 38 seconds. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? I love how she took us along with her for the introduction, like when she introduced what was going on and what she was doing, how she's going to make the whole neighborhood walkable. I liked, and she gave us like the overviews or the blimp views of the neighborhood and how she wanted to restructure it. So I like that. So for the most part, I think it's a pretty good intro. I don't know, this might be a nitpick, but I would have liked to see like a little bit more like inside of the neighborhood, but I think this is a video game and a simulation, so I don't think that's even possible. But yeah,
you can zoom in a bit, but what they were doing was showing like real life neighborhoods and using them as inspiration for the game.
Okay. Yeah, overall, I think it was a good intro.
Yeah, I really liked it. I can see now, because I didn't get to watch their videos the last time I spoke with them, but I can see now how they leverage one of their passions and kind of combine it with gaming content. So this has a very specific appeal to somebody who's going to want to be inspired to build in City Skylines, but they're also, unbeknownst to them, maybe when they click into the video, if they're a new viewer, they're going to learn something about a real life city that they didn't know. And this is going to give players of the game inspiration when they're playing to kind of like go, well, okay, I have Google Maps, right? I know how to do that. So like if you're struggling to get inspiration for your own City Skylines build, if this video itself doesn't do it, you can go out on Google Maps and look for different layouts that you like and try and mimic them in the game. The game has a lot of tools. It's actually really easy to, I wouldn't say easy. It's possible to mimic a lot of, you know, designs that you see on like Google Maps or something. So that's really cool. In terms of areas I would improve in, I'm kind of struggling. The editing here is really solid. This is how I've seen speed builds done. Like I'll show you for a sec.
As we are following the concept of the 15-minute city. The concept of the 15-minute city is making sure that your citizens can walk or bike to anything that they would need within 15 minutes.
So because we're doing a speed build, and you know, you obviously can't commentate in real time because you're speeding up the footage. The commentary that you add to it can be relevant to what's happening on the screen, but sometimes it can deviate, like we're hearing now. Like you're talking about the concept of a 15-minute city, like that's a real thing in real life. And you're using and applying that concept to this video game. And meanwhile, the footage is fun to watch because every time not every time, but as you watch, this starts to get more and more built out. You have the roads and stuff. Now I skipped ahead and buildings are starting to get built. And all the while we're learning about like how they're going about this, you know, in a very detailed way.
area. And
So I'm going to look at the outro. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing in the intro and the meat of the content. I want to see how you outro a video. Oh, okay. I skipped ahead really far. Let's come back a little bit. Okay.
so expensive to live in.
So I think I found the part where we part ways with you. And when I say that, I mean, I'm trying to find the part where you stop talking and you just turn the video into like a musical montage. So I think that's about 9 minutes, 39 seconds in. The music's been turned up at this point. And as I skip ahead.
You all have a joyful day.
Okay, so
I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.
Couple critiques here, Viper, I think. Maybe this is a common thing and I'm just not in this audience, but I do feel like the second you kind of stop talking, you turn up the music and you turn it into like a tour, there's a point at which the audience realizes you're not coming back, and so they leave too. It's kind of like if you're in school and your teacher gives everyone some work to do and they leave the classroom.
Yep.
Do the kids continue doing the work?
No.
No, of course not. Why would they? You know, it's going to be homework anyway. Why would I even? No, I'm done. They're done. I'm done. And so I kind of feel like it might be the same thing. Look at your retention graphs. I feel like it might be the same thing here, where as soon as about 5 seconds passed and it was just music and moving through the city, I've been like, are you coming back? 10 seconds later, I don't think they're coming back. And if they make it longer than that, then they're certain. So it was kind of surprising to hear you come back at the end. And you also did put a video here, but you didn't give us that reason to watch. We want you to throw to the next video. We want you to tell us why we should watch it. Because if we liked this video and we made it to the end, then we're definitely going to want to watch the video about this other city where you did a similar thing. You can put it on the screen, but I think it really helps to like call it out specifically.
Yep.
Joy says the video is mixed with voice and music bits. Maybe it's something you need to change. And a lot of speed builds are that way, and I've seen them. I think, don't take my word for it. I think look at the retention graphs on your videos. If it's a mixture of talking and building and talking and building, and that's been working for you, which, I mean, we've seen a lot of views on your channel. It obviously does to some extent. Then disregard completely. But if you're finding that in that last portion of the video, a lot of people leave, I think that might be why. But it's only, I'm saying this as someone who's not in your audience. So please do remember that. All I can do is kind of look at these and give my own personal view. Same with Viper. Like we kind of have our own personal view on these. So I just want, that goes for everybody. If we look at your video and you're thinking, I've been doing that a while and it's been working, you have the data for your channel. We don't have that. All we can do is give our own personal tastes and do our best. All right. But Joy, thank you so much for being a part of vidIQ Max. It was great getting to talk to you on Friday. And I'm glad we got to see your channel because I have a much better idea now of what you're doing with your content. And I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
So non-gaming forum is over 300 people now. Thank you all for your channel submissions.
Also, shout out to the over 518 of you all watching here today. Appreciate you all being here. I know y'all could be anywhere else, but you're choosing to spend a few minutes with us, and we appreciate you. So thank you.
100%. All right. All right, the Abakid. There's some shorts. Oh, we didn't see the shorts of that other channel earlier that I said we were going to see. Oh, well. We have some shorts. It might be just exclusively shorts. I'm definitely seeing some other creators featured in your shorts. It looks like you're talking about like monthly earnings. Those didn't really, one of them did pretty well. The rest did not. So I'm trying to get a sense of the type of thing you normally do in your channel. It's really hard. So I'm just going to click the one from a day ago. I will mute it. So the point of this short is to just find I guess the right emote.
Mm-hmm.
And it can loop probably a lot because it's not really a video. It's just kind of a still image.
Yep. Actually, kind of brilliant if you think about it.
Yeah, if people are really interested in that, it's definitely worth a test. Try to find out. But yeah, I don't know. It's gotten 370 views, and it could be that it's only just starting to like get in the short shelf. You've tried this a lot though. There's this one with the same deal. It's just some popular music. Find the impasta. So I guess they're pasta emojis, but even on like my big screen monitor here, it's really hard to see.
Yeah, that's the main critique that I have. That content is way too small, man.
I can see it, by the way. I can see what I'm supposed to find here, right where my cursor is. But it, I don't know. Is there anything else that you're doing with shorts? Like this one got 5,000 views. Let's see this one. I guess it's always just music, so we can just assume it's always going to be some music. And I guess it's a joke. It got 5,000 views. Do you have more stuff like that, where you're making silly jokes with some music and kind of timing them? Because I wouldn't necessarily be super happy with like posting a short and seeing it get 300 views and then dropping off. I want it to get thousands of views. Trying to see if there's an example of like what are the most popular ones. It's the Eric one. Okay, so this is all very recent for them.
What's the most you've generated in a month from your YouTube channel? Oh man.
And my concern here is that it's not really their content.
Yeah, I would venture to guess probably not.
Yeah, this was clearly at like a convention at one point. And that could be them asking the question. If I'm to be totally fair, I don't know. But I am concerned that's not the case.
That's not him. Why would the channel name be Kid?
The most that you've actually...
Huh?
The channel name is Kid Abba Kid. So that tells me that's not the person. That's not the creator.
It's more than likely not. Yeah, like when we see footage from clips like this, yeah, it's more than likely not. So editing together clips that aren't yours definitely could get you into some trouble. So here's what I'll say. If this were just a channel audit, we would tell you, what do you want to be on YouTube? What are you looking to get out of YouTube? What are you looking to put out onto YouTube? Because right now it kind of feels like I'm just going to try random stuff, which is fine. It's good to practice. But at the end of the day, it's really hard to give you a critique, even in video audit mode, because we don't know, like, I don't have a good indication of where your channel's going. I want to give you advice that you can actually use video to video to video. And it doesn't seem like you have a great understanding of what each video is going to be coming up. It's just kind of bouncing around to different ideas. So channel focus is going to be my advice here, I think.
Yep.
All right. We'll go to the next gaming channel. And that number keeps climbing. I keep having to update the claw, which is great to see. 285. All right. So we got shorts, we got longs, and look at that. We got rounded thumbnails. Have we been getting rounded thumbnails the whole time?
I don't know. I don't know. Good question.
We got some notify me here because premieres. So now we have this big notify me button.
Oh, that's doing too. Right. Look at these YouTube changes. All right, YouTube, I see you.
Yeah.
All right.
It's updating before our eyes.
Oh, yeah. They got the like subscribe button too. Yep.
Yeah, look at that. I think if Rob's still watching, I think the channel finally got the updates you've been waiting for.
I'm gonna post a video, and I have a theory about Seth. I think Seth will be in Street Fighter 6. Now, if you paid attention to what Seth is basically like a cyborg, almost like artificial intelligence. They have the ability to put Seth in Street Fighter 6. If they do, I'm making Seth day one that he comes out. I know he's not going to be in the initial roster. I know this. Seth has sauce. Seth has so much sauce. So you just
30 seconds? What are you thinking?
I need some type of visual representation of Steph. There, he's explaining, he's talking about putting Steph in the game, but we see no visual representation of Steph. What Steph looks like, what's his body type, what moves Steph has, like why is Steph so important to him? Like I'm missing information, I'm missing context here. So that's my critique.
I agree, and I was kind of waiting for the camera to change, and then like, or yeah, maybe they get a little smaller, and Seth pops up for a second, or something. And a few people are mentioning the audio. It's difficult to hear them a little bit. I think that microphone, that would be the first big update for me, is that microphone. And especially what's not helping is once we got into the fighting, the game sound became even louder. And so it became, it's not that you can't be heard. It's just that you're competing for the stage there with the game audio. We can listen just a little bit longer. I'll turn it up.
Sucky. Let me grab this power real quick, and I'm gonna do a V trigger combo. All right, now this combo.
I like that they're explaining what they're doing as they're doing it, which is kind of cool. I don't watch fighting videos. Maybe a lot of creators do this, but I like that they're about to go into detail. I'm going to do this certain combo and et cetera, et cetera. But with the guitar music in the background, it's just so hard. Like I have to listen so carefully.
Yep.
So I think, yeah, between those critiques, that would improve the quality of these videos quite a bit. The only other thing I'll say is that it started off a little bit cold. Like, I'll show you.
I'm gonna post a video, and I have a theory about Seth. I think Seth.
So this feels like a clip from a live stream. I'm gonna post a video. I have a theory, and there's that little bit of context, just a little bit of context missing. That YouTubiness when I click into this video. Will Seth be in Street Fighter 6? I would have liked it to have changed a little bit from what we're seeing to you maybe going during a live stream. We got to talking about characters we'd like to see in Street Fighter 6, and Seth came up. Check this out, and then you get into this clip or something. Like even that little bit of an intro tells me a lot more about you, a lot more about what's going on, why I'm seeing the clip in this context, instead of just it starting really cold, and then again, I would have edited in, like Viper said, some clips of this character fighting, or even just a picture of them or something. But yeah, really cool. Let's just take a look at one of their shorts, and this one got over 400 views. We can see what this is like.
I think they made Street Fighter 6 perfect. That's a hot take. That's a hot take. I think they made Street Fighter 6 perfect because like each Shoto in that game, at least from what I see, at least can't.
Same critique, I think. It's just the game sound is way too loud, and it's really tough to hear. It's really tough to hear what you're saying. I heard you say that's a hot take, but it took a few sentences for me to realize what you said that was the hot take. So
yeah,
audio for sure, and then perhaps some extra edits in there too, just to bring up the energy of the whole thing. All right, let's take a look at a non-gaming channel. Number 6 on the non-gaming forum. All right, it's Audible King. And it looks like it's actually about the service Audible based on the logo here. Mm-hmm. We got a rather young creator. Let's take a look at their latest video from 9 days ago.
Welcome back to Audible King. Today we're going to be reviewing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or if you live outside the United States, the Philosopher's Stone. I was originally saving this book for my 1,000 subscriber special if we ever get there, but I decided to do it this weekend because of the passing of the man who played Hagrid on the Harry Potter movies, Robbie Coltrane. That's him right there.
20 seconds in, I already have some thoughts, both positive and negative. Do you want to start?
Woo! Oh boy! All right, so my name is Viper, and I've been making YouTube video for about 5 years. And when I tell you guys I know about incitement and being loud, trust me when I tell you I know about incitement and being loud. But this dude came in a little too hot. And that saying something coming from Viper. He came in a little too hot, a little too loud. Even the microphone wasn't ready, yo. The microphone was not ready. He clipping all over the place. So I'm gonna need you to tone it down. I'm gonna need you to calm down just a little bit. Calm down. But other than that, I mean, I love the energy. I love the passion that he's presenting with. That's pretty cool. But I'm gonna need you to calm down. Can't believe I'm asking tell us why to calm down, but that's where we're at, yo. That's where we're at.
I would agree, and I think the one mistake there was this right here. Notice how they just got up right to the mic like that?
Yeah. Yep.
You can be loud, but I think when you pull away, you know. Yeah. But when you yell into the microphone, don't get closer to it. Pull away from it.
The microphone was not ready.
Yeah, the microphone got upset with you. But I love the energy, especially I wasn't anticipating that for a channel that talks about audiobooks. I was definitely anticipating, hey, so welcome back. Today we're talking about Harry Potter and the, just when you think books, you feel like it's going to be that kind of vibe. But this is definitely not bad. I think this is a great start. I love the energy. You definitely don't see this from really young creators too. A lot of times people start YouTube and they're really shy. So it's cool. Maybe you've been through that already and you got your chops now. That's great. So it's really cool. And it looks like a lot of work put into the editing here. You said Robbie Coltrane, you put the picture up right there. Let's look just for a few more seconds and see what we got.
In honor of his passing, we're going to be doing this review. And I just want to say a couple things about the book.
Right here, I'm noticing that your eyes are not looking at the lens. They're not looking at us. It looks like what you're looking at is the viewfinder on the camera. So you're looking at yourself just to make sure that, everything is looking the way you want it to. It's a very tempting thing to do. I'm doing it right now. Whenever I look down here, I'm usually looking at the video on the screen and me. I'm just, so it's such a natural thing to do. But when you're recording videos, especially, try to look directly in the lens. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the viewfinder. I'm looking at you. I'm looking. If you can see it, if I zoom in here.
This is the very reason that Viper wears sunglasses. So
viewfinder.
Yeah, that's why I wear sunglasses. So I don't have that issue with having to look directly at the lens because y'all can't see where I'm looking. The only other critique I have about this video is that I felt like at times he was talking a little too fast. And that's something that it comes when we get excited. We talk kind of fast. I'm even guilty of it myself. But just try to slow down a little bit when you're talking, especially on YouTube, because if you're talking too fast, number one, it's going to be hard for us to understand what you're saying. But number two, more importantly, then you become victim to the YouTube auto captions. And oh boy, that's another matter entirely.
Yeah. So just initial critiques there for the first 30 seconds, just some things we're seeing. We'll play a little bit more.
This was one of the first Audible books I ever listened to, and this is one of my favorite fantasy series of all time. It's such a great series, and it's a coming-of-age series in its own right, and I think it really set the foundation for a lot of fantasy novels to come, so I'm really excited to review. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I
guess one concern I'm having, Viper, is we're 45 seconds into the video. It's a book review, but it's like 5 minutes long. So the first minute is kind of just the intro. So we haven't even gotten into the review yet.
Yeah, he has not delivered on the click at all.
Well, and that's okay. Like the way they've done the intro is okay, but I guess what I'm concerned about is is this in line with book reviews seen around BookTube? So Harry Potter audiobook review. Start there. 14 minutes. This one's shot vertically, but it's 6 minutes, 13 to 14 minutes there. This one's just a 2-minute one. 10 years ago. So I wouldn't necessarily weigh this too much, but this one's from 2 years ago. It got 4,500 views from a channel with half that in subscribers. So let's just see what else is. What was the first one? 78,000 views 2 years ago. That was just excerpts from the book, though. That's a review. Yours pops up 9 days ago. So
I want to go on the channel Automode for a minute myself.
Sorry about that.
I think you missed a golden opportunity with your thumbnail here. Even in your title and even in the intro, you mentioned about how you're dedicating this review to Robbie Coltrane, who was Hagrid in the Harry Potter series. The thumbnail should have his picture in there somewhere. I mean, everybody knows who Hagrid is and what he looks like. Put that in your thumbnail somewhere and this video probably gets a ton more clicks than what it's getting right now. The thumbnail in its current form, it's very hard to discern that it has anything to do with Harry Potter. And I know you have the text that says Harry Potter review, but even that's hard to read. So actually put some pictures of Harry Potter characters in your thumbnail, and I think it will do a lot better for you.
I think the mistake with this thumbnail is that in the case of this video and videos like this, you are not the star of the video, you are the host. Harry Potter audiobook is the star of the video. You made the review about the specific thing because you wanted people who want to know more about it to click into the video. So that's really, you know, the star of your video is this right here. So yeah, it could have been characters, it could have been Robbie Coltrane. You can be in there and you could be making a facial reaction, but I wouldn't even say you need this text. I think the background being one solid purple color is a bit strange too. I would have had like the two elements, the Harry Potter iconic thing that you wanted, and maybe some text or maybe an arrow or something like that, whatever you feel is necessary at that point. But it should fill up most of this frame. And if you're going to use a purple background, the purple background is like the main thing I see, because you're not very large in the frame. This Harry Potter thing isn't large in the frame. And the text, like Viper said, is almost impossible to read. I almost didn't even notice it was there. So definitely, yeah, good call out. I do think in terms of video, I think we've said a lot. And then for just, yeah, my channel audit of what we're seeing on your channel, I think one thing I would be doing is, you know, keeping up with trending audiobooks. Think about the kind of person who would look for an audiobook review. It's the kind of person who sees a new audiobook pop up that's starting to get popular, and they're wondering, should I spend time listening to that? They might have a subscription to Audible, which means that they're not necessarily worried about opening their wallets. It's spending the time, like there's so many books to choose from. Why should I listen to this book? Why should I listen to that book? And the way to best serve them is to make sure you're always reviewing books. I'm not a book person, so maybe that's what you're doing and I'm missing it completely. But the way to best serve them is to be talking about the most trendy audiobooks. And you could even niche down into specific types of books if you want to really try to capture a very specific audience. But at the very least, I would be reviewing books that are on the top trending lists within Audible's, you know, however they do that. But yeah, cool. Really awesome to see young creators mastering their game. I think this is like a really, really, really solid start for such a young creator. They've been at it for a while.
And they're already ahead of the game because they're rocking with vidIQ.
Yeah, you're already giving your channel for critique onto services like this, something I never did when I first started on YouTube, that's for sure. So you're ahead of a lot of people right now. So keep going. All right, we'll do a gaming channel. We're up to 360 on the gaming forum, which means we'll set the claw to 375, give or take. It's usually good practice to put it up a little bit. 317. All right. Spark, gaming and tutorials. All right, let's get 100 subscribers. Is there a channel banner? They are doing, yeah, Minecraft content. Bed Wars is the latest video. Why don't we check that out? See what we can say.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Sparks, and today we're going to be playing some Hypixel Bed Wars. I know it's been a little bit since I uploaded last.
I'll stop it right there. Viper, before I ask you what you thought, I'll say the reason I stopped it at 12 seconds is because you said the words, I know it's been a while since. And the problem with that is I don't know that. I just met you, and if you're catering your videos to people who are both fans of yours and people who've just met you, you have to understand that they don't know that it's been a while, and if you're about to go into channel update mode, they don't necessarily care, and they might click off, if not at least skip ahead. If they're being generous, they will skip ahead. I would have clicked off, but that's just me. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. My critique of the channel really have very little to do with the actual video, but I'll get into that in a moment. I'm guessing that this was either a Twitch stream or some type of live stream. We got all this chat going on the screen, and then
that's just in game. That's just the Hypixel server has a lot of text on it.
Okay, that kind of confusing for a YouTube video, but I guess that's normal. But
yeah,
good job. I mean, I feel like the intro was a little kind of slightly long-winded, but it wasn't that bad. I've seen a lot worse, but just slightly long-winded. Like Dan said, you definitely need to tell us that you haven't been here a while. Nobody knows that. Nobody cares. They just there for the content. My bigger critique, though, is your thumbnails, man. I'm sorry. I know we're doing video review, but as soon as I saw those thumbnails, I'm like, no. Not even this thumbnail in particular, just the thumbnails on the channel. There's just nothing going on. They're just solid colors with the Minecraft character on them. And look, Dan. I know you see what I'm talking about, Dan. Look at this. No, these thumbnails are not going to get clicked on. These thumbnails are so dull and boring and nothing happening. Like, I need you to juice these thumbnails up, make them more exciting, man. Give me a reason to click. These thumbnails are not getting it done, man. They're not getting it done.
Minecraft is a very visually beautiful game. You know, it's you can see it from the second thumbnail here. GUI plus plugin showcase. I mean, look at that build. It's hard to make out. I wouldn't say that's the best picture, but you can tell something's going on. Minecraft is a world builder, but it's kind of weird that you decided to go the route of, I'm going to make my own world and use that in the thumbnail instead. So now it doesn't look like Minecraft anymore. And that's a huge problem, because brand recognition in a gaming sense, for a gaming channel, you need to recognize what people are playing if you have any hope of getting your video clicked on, right? Like if you're playing Hypixel Bed Wars, where is Hypixel Bed Wars? It's certainly not in the thumbnail. The text is literally in the thumbnail, but you've used all these different colors for your text, making it very, very difficult to read. And the only reference to Minecraft is your Minecraft character. So I'm not seeing a reference to Bed Wars in the sense of like an image. I'm not even seeing much of a reference to Minecraft in the sense of an image. And your thumbnail should tell a visual story of what you're going to get in that video. So back to the drawing board on thumbnails. I completely agree on that front. Most of their thumbnails are a little bit of text and a blank canvas of just one color, and then their Minecraft character in the same exact pose every thumbnail, with tons of negative space. So it's time to take yourself to YouTube thumbnail school, watch some tutorials with Canva or Photoshop, learn a thing or two about how to construct these, and then learn a thing or two as well about what makes a good thumbnail clickable. And the best way to do that, aside from watching tutorials, is just going and looking for other Hypixel videos that have lots of views, that are recent, and that are getting clicked on. Because if they have lots of views and they're recent, and so they're getting clicked today, that's the trend. Those types of thumbnails are resonating, and you need to make your own version of those, not try and reinvent the wheel. So good call out on the thumbnails. And then I stopped at 12 seconds. Let's see how long that intro was about to go on, because we never really got into what we're doing today. It's welcome back to my channel, blah, blah, blah. I haven't uploaded in a while, then I stopped watching. So let's see.
A little bit since I uploaded last, about a month to be exact. Had a few things come up. Wasn't near my computer, so I wasn't able to record, but we're back and we're ready. So today I'm on my alt. This is not my account. This is my alt.
Another thing I did not know, and I don't necessarily need to know, that it's your alt account. I clicked on a Bed Wars video, and I've gotten to know a lot about you outside of YouTube, and that you can't always upload because things come up for you. And now I know you have 2 Minecraft accounts, but I'm still not getting served the click. If I did take the time to click on your video, and you're boasting that you're a god gamer in Hypixel Bed Wars, I'm not getting that sense yet. So
no.
For 32 seconds into an 18-minute video, I'm like, that's my biggest critique, is the click isn't paying off when people do give your video that opportunity.
Nope. The other thing that I've noticed is that he sounds like he's doing his audio from a big room with a lot of ceiling to it, which tells me that you might want to think about getting a better microphone in the future. You might want to consider a dynamic microphone. Look, I'm not going to go into what a dynamic microphone is. You can just Google it and figure it out. But yeah, the audio is a little too teeny for my liking.
Yeah. So those are our critiques. And we've also given a lot of advice today. So just be sure you're going back, taking notes on different things we're noticing in videos, different intros that excite us versus the intros that don't excite us as much. And yeah, the best thing though is to look at what your competition is doing, see what's resonating with audiences today, and yeah, best of luck.
Yeah,
to
you know, we talk about it a lot on these live streams, but I'm curious, do any of you all, let me know in the chat, do any of you all actually do your YouTube research? And when I say YouTube research, I mean, do you go to other channels in your niche and watch what's being successful and watch what's happening, watch what's trending, watch video, see what videos are getting the most views, the most clicks, see what videos are appearing on page 1 of the search term that you're trying to rank for? Do you all do that? Because if you're not doing that, you should be doing that. That will really help you and give you a lot of information about what's hot and what's not. Good. Okay. I'm glad y'all are doing that. Thank you. I just got to know, because we talk about it a lot, but I need to know if y'all are actually doing it.
Made it a poll. I made it official.
All right. Oh, Dan made it official. Okay. All right.
Do you watch videos to research what's working in your niche? Yes, no, or no, or no, but I will now. I saw 100% Zelda's here, and interestingly enough, they said no, they're not doing that. But 100% Zelda's bragging. You're an expert, so you don't necessarily you're not at that stage. It's okay to click no if you're not at that stage, because you're already super smart and you have the biggest brain. That's 100% Zelda for you.
Boom.
All right, we're looking at a non-gaming channel. I don't even know. I think 131. All righty. They do Lego and stop motion videos. Okay. Oh, I like that latest thumbnail. Video's getting a lot of views. 21,000 subscribers. Look at this. Okay. We see a lot of Lego and stop motion kind of channels. So I'm going to click on this. I'm assuming this person's going to be teaching us a thing or two about how to do it, how it's done in the Lego stop motion space. Their shorts have just exploded. They have some incredible views here. And even videos that, is this widescreen? I have to know.
We have to steal.
That's a short. That's a short. So this might be their first foray into shorts. Maybe not. It's not necessarily, but let's check it out.
We have to steal the meteorite.
That was very cute.
All right.
Just did there.
Wait.
Get on your big girl.
I'm confused. I clicked on a video that got a lot of views, and oh, okay. Sorry, got it. They've stitched together their 20 movie clips recreated in Lego. So that's why I saw the same thing twice. I'm like, did they just do the same video over and over? Let me skip ahead.
I'm gutless? Oh, I'm sorry. Have we met? I'm the villain of every story. Guilty until proven innocent, even if by some miracle we did change. Who's gonna believe us, huh?
What are you thinking?
This is actually brilliant. Like the time and the dedication to do this and do it so well, because these motions are almost to the T of the actual movie. And I imagine that this cannot be that easy to pull off with Legos, even in editing. So kudos to the creator. This is well done, man. This is some witchcraft going on right here.
Yeah. I don't necessarily know, like in terms of editing, I don't know what to offer. Let me just look at this one. It's a bit loud. And that's all that happens. Okay, let's try building Mr. Shark in Lego. So some of these shorts where they're just kind of building characters are doing really well for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Lego is such a popular thing right now. I mean, you could do practically anything in Lego and probably get views if you're doing it competently. And this person is definitely competent in what they're doing.
Because imagine scrolling through shorts and you hear that music and then a Lego character starts getting built in front of you. Like, I think you stop on that and watch.
Yeah, that will make you stop. Also, I had no idea that damn thing could be actually used to build Legos. I thought that was just the thing that you use to pry apart the Lego when you make a mistake.
I haven't seen anyone do that before, but that's a really clever way to keep your fingers out of the video and just come off screen with that. That's really cool. This is one of those examples of how to do it right. I'm just going to use this channel as an example, I think. When I say the first 1 to 3 seconds of your video is the thumbnail and the title when it comes to shorts, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So they're always using that same song, brand recognition right there. And it's always a character kind of like coming together. And in this case, they put the image from the movie, like, so of the character that they're building. What you have to imagine is you just scrolled to this while you're on the short shelf and it randomly popped up. If you like Lego, you're intrigued already because you're seeing clearly like a Lego set here. And that alone is going to be enough to get people to stop scrolling. But a lot of times people like overthink their shorts and they don't treat the audience with that kind of, respect. Like they want to be intrigued. They want to be visually stimulated. They're on shorts. So they're looking for really quick action, really quick laughs, or really quick bits of information. And you're providing that. That's exactly what this channel is doing. So I think I would hold this channel up as a great example of how to properly use YouTube Shorts in like the Lego stop motion space. Even though some of these aren't Lego stop motion, you understand what I'm saying. You're making these really unique characters. It's still building with Legos. It still kind of scratches that itch for a Lego viewer.
Yeah, and also noticing in these shorts that there's no introduction. They just get right into the content, which immediately, when we've been talking about delivering on the click as quick as possible, that is what the channel is doing very well.
Yeah. That is the difference between a channel that's going to have 20,000 subscribers, making Lego content and innovating, versus a channel that's just getting started and they're just trying their hardest to get any video out because I have to make videos. And we've definitely seen a lot of channels like this, and we always have like a lot of very, like, I would say for us, it kind of feels obvious critiques. In this case, though, when it's difficult for us to critique it, it's like that's when like this channel's on to something. They're doing a really, really good job. So yeah, this is great. I'm sorry that I don't have like more advice for you other than continue doing what you're doing.
Literally, that's it.
They even found a way to bring long form to this by making longer clips, by stitching together their shorts into long form videos. And those videos, like, look, this one has 223,000 views. So they've tapped into an audience here. This person understands exactly what their audience wants and what they need to do to get them to watch the next video.
It's a beautiful thing.
They've done the work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're approaching 400 submissions now on the gaming form. So I'll update the claw picker. 340. All right. We have a Roblox channel. Been a while. Someone says that channel we were looking at is on their short shelf like every day. I'm not surprised. All right. They're also doing some shorts with seeing varying degrees of success. Why don't we take a look at the latest one, which is from a month ago. They haven't uploaded in a while. And it's called NPCs in Breaking Point. I did unmute it, but I'm not hearing much. Fight. The player that survives goes back into their seat. I'm just going to mute it because that sounds unpleasant. I'm not sure what's happening.
I'm not even. I'm not sure how I got over 1,000 views. I'm confused.
Yeah. Maybe it got 1,000 views because there's a lot of people watching Roblox shorts. So it had like YouTube had like a big test audience, but it could have gotten probably a lot more. I bet you there's a lot of Roblox shorts with hundreds of thousands of views out there. So maybe that's rather low for that space. I don't know. It's hard to tell with shorts. We know this. Why don't we take a look at the latest long form video? I can't play the audio if it's going to be copyright music.
Didn't expect this, did you? Anyways, hi guys. In this video I'm going to be interviewing Lilac Gaming Roblox.
Okay, so they're going to be interviewing somebody. Are they going to use that voice? I have to know. Let me skip ahead.
Please, let's find out.
This interview.
That's weird.
It's fun being friends with her on Discord.
Is she not?
No, they're both using the voice.
Oh, hell no. No. Hell no. No, people. Let me just jump in here real quick, okay? We've talked before in these live streams about the whole robot voice and how it's not a good idea. But it's doubly not a good idea for an interview especially when both of the parties are using the what is this AI talking to each other? What is this, the Terminator? What is this? No. This is not the way, people. This is not the way. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, we don't like the robot voices, in case you couldn't tell. We're not fans of those. A lot of people don't like them. There's some good ones now, though. We've been tricked a couple times doing these where someone uses like an actually like good professional sounding AI voice. They are getting better, and if you can maybe leverage that technology, we'd be having a different conversation. But this is the very generic, hello, welcome back to my channel, like so impersonal. And the problem with this is that you're competing with people. Like there are some Roblox creators that are just so many steps ahead of you, right? Like you're getting into this and you're interviewing somebody who like has a presence like in the space, you know? So like you recognize that there's a lot of people in the space, and so you're thinking, oh, I'll interview some different creators, that'll be fun. But think about the people who are like even high. Don't you want to interview channels that are in the tens of thousands of subs, in the 100,000 range, things like that? Like if you want to interview them, they're going to expect to sit down with you in Discord and get on a microphone, and maybe they'll meet you in game. Maybe that's the video portion of it. Maybe they'll even play the game with you as the interview's happening, but they're expecting to be interviewed by somebody who's also going to be on their level in terms of like professionalism. And that means being on the mic. Gaming content, like that's your competition. Your competition is on the mic. Your competition is in that sense way ahead of you. And I think if your first instinct is I'm going to use an AI voice because I don't want to be on a microphone, or maybe I don't have a microphone or whatever, practice video editing with that, practice, you know, coming up with interview questions and things like that, but don't expect those videos to get many views at all, because most people don't tolerate that. They're expecting, they want to watch you. It's YouTube. They want to listen to you. They don't want to hear an AI voice. It's very impersonal, and interviews are very, very personal. So it just doesn't match the content at all. It's hard to like talk about this. I always say the same things. I'm trying to give different reasons each time as to why not to use it, really cover the bases, but it's difficult. Like it's just unpleasant. That's all I could say. It's just something that I personally don't like. I want to leave immediately when I hear that.
I know when I say things on these live streams, I'm only giving them from my opinion, but when I click on YouTube and I want to watch a YouTube video, I click on YouTube because I want to watch a person. I want to hear what an actual person has to say. I'm trying to get their mannerism, I'm trying to hear their tone of voice, their delivery, different things like that an AI just cannot give me. That helps me connect with the person and what they're trying to say, and it helps me decide whether or not I'm going to resonate with what that person is trying to say. And I can't do that if you're using an AI voice, and it's such a disconnect with the viewer, in my opinion, when you're using an AI voice. So if you are on here making content, I need you to try to implement your own voice.
Yeah, it is true. So yeah, that's our opinion there on AI voices. There's always one. It seems every stream there's always one. All right, 397 on the non-gaming form, except we don't have that one, so I will pull again. 355 on the non-gaming form. We do have that one. Their name is Mr. Hero Brian. They say they do random epic videos and that they have over 6,000 subscribers. They've linked us directly to a video rather than their channel. I'm going to just real quick look at their channel, but we can look at that video if they want us to.
Oh, this guy's always on Twitter and everything. Okay, I've seen this guy before.
This on like, yeah, just a viewer on Twitter, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, for a second it sounded like trending, like this person's always trending on Twitter.
No. He interacts with the vidIQ account a lot on Twitter.
Cool. All right. So yeah, this video I guess is one of their long form videos that they're looking for some feedback on. So let's do it.
In this video, I'm gonna be saying PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast 1,000 times in public. Yes. So, if you don't know, I'm doing a challenge right now. I'm saying PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast 100,000 times. And so far, I've said it 40,000 times. So, the next 1,000, I'm saying it in public. I don't know why I'm doing this. Don't question it. Just don't question it. Here's that video that I filmed. I hope you enjoy it. Also, remember, subscribe to PewDiePie so he doesn't get passed in subscribers by Mr. Beast. Can you see this, guys? This shows how many times I've said PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast. So far, I've said it 40,001 times. So yeah, let's just start. PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast. PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast. PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast.
So 42 seconds in, we're into the meat of the content now. What do you think?
The black green against the tech. I said this earlier in the live stream. The black green against the tech. I think that might have went on a little bit too long, but I think there was some actual video before that, so I can't really make the same critique I made about the last video that did that because there was something before that. But I don't know if I would do that for too long because you got to remember that YouTube autoplays videos on the homepage and things like that. So if they autoplay your video and it's something about a black screen and text, your video's not getting clicked on. I'm just telling you right now. So be careful with that. Other than that, I like the intro. The only thing that I would say, and that's not really about the intro, more about the creator. You are doing something, or at least for this particular video, you're doing something that's been done before. You're basically following Mr. Beast and what he's done to get to where he's at. And I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, if you want to be the next Mr. Beast or you want to be Mr. Beast 2.0, whatever, I guess that's cool. But you're never going to get to the level of Mr. Beast by doing what he's already done. The thing about YouTube is that you have to come on here and carve your own path, make your own way, do things that Mr. Beast has not done to carve out your own legacy. Don't try to hop on the back of Mr. Beast's legacy that's already been done to try to establish yourself. Because I mean, you might get a little bit of a following, but I don't know if that's the way to have that longevity that you might be looking for. So that's really what I really got to say to the creator. Just do your own thing. Don't try to do stuff that's already been done.
I think in this case, that's fair. We do tell people though, like if there's an interesting idea, like to bring your own presentation to it, so like there is that advice we give too. But in this case, I kind of tend to agree because of the type of challenge it is. And it's literally just like, I'm going to say one phrase over and over kind of challenge, which when I think about how could you bring your own spin to that, I'm not thinking what's a different phrase I can say a whole bunch of times. I'm thinking, what can I do to up the stakes of that kind of challenge? Maybe it's saying it a lot less, but you have to say it to people on the street, and I don't think that's a great idea because people don't like being harassed on the street, but just like hypothetically speaking, you're like, okay, I have to say this 100 times, but I have to say it to somebody's face, like that could be a different way of doing these challenges where you're like, I'm going to say a phrase over and over. So I think innovate, if you're going to try this type of challenge, I would innovate. The thumbnail and title is interesting because it's like, I did this to say PewDiePie from Mr. Beast. And once you kind of hear the intro, now you understand where he's coming from. This is the kind of like, I wouldn't say it's clickbait. I think it's like, this is how you kind of like create intrigue. It's a very intriguing concept for a video. I did this to save PewDiePie from Mr. Beast, and the thumbnail's kind of vague. I think you could have done a whole different bunch of things for the thumbnail, like a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, my point there is like a lot of people clicked on this and, probably for that intrigue. So you're getting that part of YouTube right. I think the title and thumbnails you're doing, I think that those are evolving in a really good way. But I'm worried about the evolution of like the content itself. It may not be innovative enough at the end of the day.
Very good at editing.
Music's very loud again. We've been talking about that throughout the day too. Yeah, so trying to tell a story, moving around to different points, it's it's kind of interesting, but I think there could be more done to make this content stand out even more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what I wanted to say aside from that, you did bring that up, which was an interesting point. I feel like this went on too long. The intro is way too long. You did the whole thing. You repeated yourself like twice. You said the same exact thing like right at the beginning of the video.
In this video, I'm going to be saying PewDiePie versus Mr. Beast 1,000 times in public. Yes. So, if you don't know, I'm doing a challenge, right? Like, that was when you said it again. And I'm like, you just said that.
you know, that was adding a lot of time to your intro. And then, yeah, this black screen with the text on it, we already talked about that. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement here, but I appreciate that you're willing to like go out in public, hold big signs, do things that leave one's comfort zone. I would not want to do that. And I think most people wouldn't think to do that. It's very uncomfortable to be out in public doing something like this. So I think you're definitely working your way towards like, what's it called, for like YouTube success by being willing to like leave that comfort zone. So cool. All right, let's take a look at another gaming channel. Via the Claw. Well, wait a minute. 406. It just keeps going up, man. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, but we are running out of time shortly, people.
Yes. We got to make it good. 136. All right. Spring Sing. Minecraft channel. Let's check it out. 2.86K subscribers. Not bad. We got 1,000 views. It's from a month ago. They don't upload very often. They take really long breaks. Let's see why that is.
Yes. Yes. That's huge. Yes. Oh my goodness, let's go. Insane is so good, so nice, dude. That guy's gone.
It is called 4 minutes of satisfying bow shots.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay.
I think that was one there. Like the person got hit and like fell. I would have zoomed in on that. What are your thoughts though?
Okay, so there's the special type of editing where people are doing a lot of quick cuts. I mean, like split-second quick cuts that they keep doing them over and over and over again. I am not a fan. I'm sorry. It's just way too much happening way too fast. And I had to look away because there was so much happening so fast on the screen that I just feel like my eyes would get messed up if I kept looking at it. So my critique is cut back on the edit cut. Like you don't need them that rapidly. Like that at some point, it just makes the video unwatchable. Like there's so much happening like in the first like 10, 15 seconds that I can't possibly keep up with everything that's happening on the screen. It's just way too much happening. The other thing
I will say that was one shot, by the way, but they were moving their mouse really fast, so their head is like constantly like.
Well,
is that
whatever
what
was going on, it was not a good viewing experience.
Yeah, it was not pleasant to watch.
It was not pleasant. The other thing, I don't know if this is not even a YouTube short, so I'm pretty sure you don't have the permission to use that song that you use, and they're going to be talking to you about that. You got to avoid using music that doesn't belong to you, especially popular music like the theme from Stranger Things. Netflix is going to be talking to you real quick about that. They don't like that. So, yeah, my critique is the whole moving the mouse around crazily. That just you got to make somebody dizzy doing that. You can't be doing that.
There's an assumption here that people can see what you see whenever you shoot the bow. And so watch, this guy's going to get shot out of the air, I bet. Victory. Like, I want to see some slow-mo of it. I want to see at least you zoom in on the moment. And you don't necessarily have to do it every single time for every single shot, but there's certain ones that are so far away that I really would have liked to have zoomed in on a little bit, get a little bit more context, because what you're doing, especially to a Minecrafter, is impressive, but it's just not translating very well because it's you have to really focus very hard to see what you're seeing. So that's like my critique there. I think even if a Minecrafter is watching you who's played this exact game and knows exactly what they're getting into, it's still so much happening so quickly that it's, sometimes it requires you to like kind of spell it out a little bit more. Like this person gets farther and farther away, and then it says victory. Like you shot and it says victory. That would have called for like a slow-mo moment of you pulling the bowstring back and like the arrow flying away. And then it just says, like, we get it then. We don't need to see the arrow go into the person, but we sense that was the shot that won the game. So when you tell stories like this using your editing, just keep in mind what that looks like in like the viewer's perspective. Mm-hmm. That being said, this channel's doing a lot right. They have a very good understanding of their audience because all their videos get over 1,000 views these days, except for the fact that they're very old. And I think this creator taking these long breaks, if they were uploading more consistently, I think this would be a 10,000 subscriber channel easy. We would be looking at videos with much more views, a channel with many more subscribers. But you keep taking these really long breaks between uploads. When it comes to Minecraft, I don't necessarily see a lot of creators taking those types of breaks. There's some, but I would be uploading more. If you're coming to us like vidIQ, help me out. I really want to grow. It's kind of like the fact of the matter is you got to have just a bit more content. You don't need to upload every day. You don't even need to upload once a week if you don't want to necessarily. But like if you were at the cadence of once a month, I'd be like, okay, that's something. But 10 months, 9 months, 4 months, 1 month, like there's no consistency here at all. And so it's slowing down your growth. When you do upload, you do a fantastic job. But that space and time between uploads is going to continue to slow you down.
Yep.
All right, cool. In terms of a Minecraft PvP channel, though, I mean, heck, we've seen a lot of Minecraft PvP channels on this stream and Tuesday streams, and that's definitely, in terms of like the smaller creators, one of the most successful ones I've seen. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that when we see people that follow vidIQ and they watch the live streams and they listen to the podcast and different things like that, we can tell what's going on. We see you guys out there implementing the things that we tell you all. So kudos and keep it up. You're doing good work out there.
I haven't gotten a chance to talk about this yet, but we have a sale right now. Our boost tools are all 50% off for 2 months. So if you're interested, the link for those are down below. And that gives you access to the full suite of tools that we have here at vidIQ, including daily ideas, which is going to give you up to 50 ideas that are catered to your channel specifically every single day. So that looks a little bit like this if it'll pop up. There it is. So we have a whole bunch here for our channel. What it takes from 0 YouTube views to 13.8 million in 28 days. That sounds like a video we would make. Pretty interesting concept. Pretty specific. We could definitely see changing the numbers on here, maybe changing the context a little bit. But yeah, I'll save that one. Why you shouldn't make YouTube videos. Very interesting. We're basically telling people the opposite of what we would say there. I would investigate that idea. These are just to get you thinking. I wouldn't necessarily use those as my titles, but they definitely get me thinking. And that's what Daily Ideas is going to do for your channel. When it locks in on what it is you do on YouTube, you're going to get videos catered to your channel. There are tons of tools, though. One of my favorites being the YouTube title generator. If you're playing around with video titles and you want a little bit of help, maybe this title would be a little bit better on a video that I'm working on. So start a YouTube channel is kind of the search term that I want to rank for. Is there a better way? Could I make a better title out of that? How to start a YouTube channel the right way with no money down. How to start a YouTube channel like a pro. How to start a YouTube channel for 2018. I would just change that to 2023. How to start a YouTube channel the right way with no mistakes. How to start a YouTube channel without any money. Like, these are all better ways to pitch my video, and that's what the AI title generator can do for you. So if you have Boost, you can go through as many of those as you want. I'm going to stick with my title because I like it. So those are just a couple of our tools, and that sale is going on now. The link is down below.
So I think that sale is going on to the end of the month, right? Once November hits, it's done, right? Yep.
Exactly. You have until November to take advantage of that. So your first 2 months, 50% off if you're a new customer. All right. That's it.
That's it. Unfortunately, me and Dan both have to go do something else here at the bottom of the hour. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you all. Hopefully you all got something out of this live stream. Replay crew, make sure you go back and watch the replay, because a lot of the stuff that we say, even though we don't pick your channel, it can apply to something that you might be doing with your channel or on your channel. So go back, watch the replay, take notes, and happy hunting.
Enjoy, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. We will see you in videos here on the channel very soon.